Welcome to my channel Old Valuable Chiller. In this video, we will take a detailed look into the history, design, composition, mint mark, production, and collector value of the 1980 Denver minted quarter. Whether you are a coin collector, a hobbyist, or simply curious about American coinage, this is the perfect video for you to learn more about the 1980 D quarter dollar. The 1980 D quarter is part of the Washington Quarter Series, a long-running series that began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. This same design was used for decades until the state quarters program began in 1999. But in 1980, the Washington Quarter still retained its original classic design, and that makes the 1980 D quarter a part of this iconic numismatic legacy. The D mint mark on the 1980 quarter represents the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is one of the major production facilities of the United States Mint, known for minting coins with the D designation. The D mint mark is located on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail, slightly above the date. In terms of mintage, the 1980 D quarter had a high production year. Over 635 million quarter dollars were struck at the Denver Mint in 1980. This high mintage means that the coin is not particularly rare in circulated condition, and it remains relatively common even today in everyday pocket change. However, certain specimens of the 1980 D quarter in high mint state, such as MS-65, MS-66, or higher, can be more valuable to collectors. Let's now talk about the composition of the 1980 D quarter. By 1980, the United States Mint was no longer producing silver quarters for general circulation. The 1980 quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of a core of pure copper sandwiched between two outer layers of copper-nickel alloy, which gives the coin its silvery appearance. The total weight of the coin is 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Even though the 1980 D quarter is not made of silver, it still holds interest among collectors for its potential value in mint state, as well as for errors and varieties. There are a few known errors that collectors look out for, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. These error coins can be worth significantly more than face value depending on their condition and rarity. If you come across a 1980 D quarter that looks unusual or has a striking flaw, it might be worth having it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or grading service. Now let's talk about grading and value. In circulated condition, the 1980 D quarter is typically worth its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins in mint state, especially those graded MS-65 or above, can fetch a higher price. As of now, a 1980 D quarter graded MS-65 might be worth between $5 to $15, while coins in MS-67 or higher can sell for significantly more. In exceptional cases, where the coin has superb luster, strong strike, and minimal contact marks, the value can go even higher, especially at auction. One of the best ways to determine the value of your 1980 D quarter is to have it graded by a reputable third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade provides confidence to buyers and collectors, and can significantly impact the market value of the coin. In addition to grading, the eye appeal of the coin plays a major role. Coins with strong details, full rims, and no significant scratches or discoloration are generally more desirable. Some 1980 D quarters may also exhibit attractive toning. This natural discoloration can sometimes increase a coin's appeal if it appears in vibrant or unusual patterns. Collectors of Washington quarters often seek to complete date and mint mark sets, meaning they try to collect every year and mint combination. The 1980 D is an essential part of any full Washington quarter set from the 20th century. While it may not be the rarest or most expensive, its place in the timeline of American coinage ensures it has collector interest. Additionally, the 1980 D quarter represents the transition period before the massive changes to the quarter design that began in 1999 with the State Quarters series. Because of this, the 1980 quarter holds historical significance as one of the final issues of the traditional Washington design before the U.S. Mint began experimenting with new artistic directions. Some collectors also look for so-called full strike examples. A fully struck 1980 D quarter shows all the fine details of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. These well-struck coins tend to bring a premium in the collector market. If you are planning to search for a 1980 D quarter in your change or coin rolls, you'll want to pay attention to both condition and potential error features. Error coins like die cracks, cuds, or machine doubling can make even a common coin quite valuable. Make sure to use a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe when inspecting your coins. Lighting is also important. use direct light to spot fine details and surface features. So what should you do if you have a 1980D quarter? First, check its condition. Look for luster, detail, and any visible damage. If it appears to be in mint state or better, consider comparing it to online price guides, recent auction results, and completed sales to get an idea of its potential value. You can also bring it to a local coin dealer or a coin show to get a second opinion. And if you're just starting in the world of coin collecting, the 1980D quarter is a great piece to study. It offers everything a new collector needs: historical context, design appreciation, mint history, and the excitement of hunting for better examples or rare varieties. In conclusion, the 1980D quarter dollar from the United States may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but it carries with it a piece of American history, artistry, and numismatic value. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned collector, or just someone interested in US coins, this quarter offers a tangible connection to our past and a fun gateway into the hobby of coin collecting. Next up in this video, we will give you everything you need to know about the 1985 Philadelphia Mint quarter dollar, including its history, design, mintage, value, errors, and tips for collectors. Let's start with a bit of background on the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It quickly became a permanent part of US currency and has remained a staple of American coinage ever since. The 1985 quarter falls into the category of standard circulation coins minted before the launch of the 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. So, the 1985p quarter is part of the classic design era featuring George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. Now, focusing on the 1985p quarter specifically. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike earlier coins that lacked a mint mark when struck in Philadelphia, the letter P was first introduced on quarters in 1980, and it continued to be used in the years following, including 1985. This makes the 1985p quarter one of the early examples of Philadelphia-marked quarters. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of these coins. Over 775 million 1985p quarters were minted. That's right, more than 775 million coins entered circulation. This makes the coin relatively common in terms of availability, especially in circulated condition. However, not all 1985 quarters are created equal. There are important differences between heavily circulated coins, lightly circulated coins, uncirculated coins, and those with special errors. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1985 quarter. On the obverse, we have a left-facing profile of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. The word Liberty is inscribed above his head, the year 1985 is below the bust, and the national motto "In God We Trust" appears to the left. To the right of Washington's neck, you'll find the P mint mark if your coin was minted in Philadelphia. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features the familiar heraldic eagle design. The eagle stands proudly with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath. Surrounding the eagle is the inscription United States of America and the motto E pluribus unum just above the eagle's head. At the bottom, you'll find the denomination, quarter dollar. Now let's talk about value, one of the most asked questions when it comes to any US quarter. What is the value of a 1985p quarter? In circulated condition, this coin is generally worth face value, 25 cents, due to its high mintage and wide availability. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services, can fetch significantly more. As of recent price guides, a high-grade 1985p quarter can sell for between $5 to $20, with some exceptional examples going even higher depending on eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. Collectors are especially interested in mint state coins with full details and clean surfaces. When looking for a high-value 1985 quarter, pay close attention to the coin surfaces. Coins without scratches, nicks, or discoloration are always more desirable. Now, let's talk about something even more exciting: error coins. Some 1985p quarters are worth significantly more due to minting errors. These rare mistakes can include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and more. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where parts of the coin's design appear doubled, particularly in the lettering or date. Another is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is noticeably misaligned. These types of coins can sell for $50, $100, or even several $100s, depending on the error's severity and the coin's condition. Die cracks and cuds, where parts of the coin appear to have raised, broken areas or blobs, are also known to appear on some 1985p quarters. While not all errors carry high premiums, many collectors enjoy hunting for these types of anomalies and are willing to pay extra for them. One thing to note is that the 1985 quarter is made of copper-nickel clad, not silver. Many people wonder if older quarters are silver, but in reality, silver was removed from circulating quarters in 1965. The 1985p quarter has an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The total weight of the coin is about 5.67 grams. Now, for collectors, what should you look for in a 1985 quarter? First, always examine the coin under good lighting, and ideally with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and bold luster. If the coin looks dull, has scratches, or feels heavily worn, it's likely in circulated condition. But if it has that fresh, crisp look with no signs of wear, you may have an uncirculated piece that could be worth grading and preserving. Storage is also important. If you plan to keep your 1985p quarter as a collectible, consider storing it in a coin flip, holder, or capsule to protect it from damage. Avoid handling it with bare hands. The oils from your fingers can cause discoloration over time. If you're building a quarter collection, try to collect not just the 1985p, but also the 1985D quarter from the Denver Mint and the 1985S proof quarter from the San Francisco Mint. Speaking of proofs, the 1985S quarter was made specifically for collectors and was only available in proof sets. These coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted details. If you come across one of these, especially in pristine condition, it could be worth $5 to $10 or more, depending on the market and condition. Let's now touch on demand and popularity. The 1985p quarter is a great coin for beginning collectors because it's affordable, widely available, and part of an iconic series. It's also a good coin to study if you're learning about grading, wear patterns, and mint marks. Because it's not silver, and not ultra-rare, it offers a low-risk entry point for those who are new to the hobby. If you're into coin roll hunting, searching through rolls of quarters from the bank, the 1985p is one you might come across often. Keep an eye out for those clean examples, and always be on the lookout for errors. You might just find a rare variation that adds a nice boost to your collection or your wallet. Now let's recap some of the top keywords and facts about the 1985p quarter to remember. It was minted in Philadelphia. It features George Washington on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse. It's made of copper-nickel clad, not silver. Over 775 million were minted. Circulated value is generally face value, but uncirculated or error coins can be worth much more. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting errors. And don't forget, proof versions from San Francisco exist and are collectible in their own right. So, if you have a 1985p quarter in your collection or your pocket, take a moment to look it over. You may have more than just 25 cents in your hand. You may have a small piece of American history or even a valuable coin with a hidden error. Coin collecting is a journey, and every coin tells a story. Now we will explore the 1989p quarter, part of the Washington Quarter series, holds an important place in US coinage. While at first glance it might appear like just another quarter in your pocket, this coin carries decades of legacy, subtle design features, minting details, and collectible value that make it incredibly interesting. Let's start by examining the basics. The 1989 quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P mint mark on the obverse of the coin, located just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. This mint mark is crucial for collectors because coins from different mints can have different production numbers, errors, and even values. This quarter continues the classic design introduced in 1932, featuring the bust of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, the date 1989 appears below, and the national motto "In God We Trust" is placed to the left. On the reverse, we see an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, framed by olive branches, with the words United States of America above and $quarter below. E pluribus unum is written just above the eagle's head. Now, the 1989p Washington quarter was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, which has been the standard since the 1965 transition from 90% silver. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its reeded edge and standard thickness make it physically identical to many quarters struck between 1965 and 1998, until the 50-state. Now we will explore the 1989 P quarter, part of the Washington Quarter series, holds an important place in U.S. coinage. While at first glance it might appear like just another quarter in your pocket, this coin carries decades of legacy, subtle design features, minting details, and collectible value that make it incredibly interesting. Let's start by examining the basics. The 1989 quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P mint mark on the obverse of the coin, located just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. This mint mark is crucial for collectors because coins from different mints can have different production numbers, errors, and even values. This quarter continues the classic design introduced in 1932, featuring the bust of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, the date 1989 appears below, and the national motto "In God We Trust" is placed to the left. On the reverse, we see an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, framed by olive branches, with the words United States of America above and $quarter below. E pluribus unum is written just above the eagle's head. Now, the 1989 P Washington quarter was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, which has been the standard since the 1965 transition from 90% silver. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its reeded edge and standard thickness make it physically identical to many quarters struck between 1965 and 1998, until the 50-state quarters program began. But what makes the 1989 P quarter dollar stand out? First, let's talk about mintage numbers. Over 512 million 1989 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, making this a high mintage coin. However, even among mass-produced coins, certain examples can become valuable due to mint errors, condition, and other numismatic factors. One of the key areas collectors look at is the coin's condition, graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. While circulated 1989 P quarters are very common and generally only worth face value, uncirculated specimens in mint state condition, especially MS65 and above, can command higher premiums. An MS65 coin might fetch a few dollars, while a pristine MS67 or MS68 coin could be worth considerably more, sometimes up to $100 or even more depending on market demand and registry appeal. Now let's explore mint errors and varieties. Mint errors on 1989 P quarters can increase the value significantly. Some collectors have found off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or double die obverse varieties. A double die error, for instance, results when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a doubled appearance on the design or lettering. If you come across a 1989 P quarter with clear doubling on the word liberty or the date, you may want to have it authenticated by a professional grading service. Another error to watch for is the struck-through error, where foreign material comes between the die and the planchette during striking. These types of coins are rare and can be quite valuable, especially in good condition. Now, let's talk about where to find valuable 1989 P quarters. While millions of these quarters are still circulating, most have seen heavy use and show significant wear. However, coin rolls from banks, old coin collections, or even coin jars at home can still yield uncirculated examples. If you're hunting for valuable varieties, look through unsearched quarter rolls or visit local coin shops and estate sales. Online auction sites like eBay or specialized coin forums are also popular places to buy or sell rare 1989 P quarters. So, what makes a 1989 P quarter worth more than 25 cents? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. A coin with a rare mint error or in extremely high-grade condition is what collectors are willing to pay a premium for. For example, a PCGS or NGC certified 1989 P quarter in MS68 condition can sell for over $100, especially if it's part of a registry set. If you're new to collecting and want to know how to check the value of your 1989 P quarter, start by looking at its overall condition. Is it scratched or worn down? Or does it have luster and sharp detail? If you suspect your coin might be uncirculated or has an unusual feature, consider comparing it with high-resolution images from coin databases or sending it to a coin grading service. The 1989 P quarter is also a great educational piece. It connects to the broader history of U.S. coinage and shows how even coins produced in the hundreds of millions can carry stories, design evolution, and collectible interest. For teachers, historians, or anyone interested in American culture, studying this coin can open doors to learning about presidential symbolism, U.S. mint history, and the economics of coin production. Let's not forget the collector's appeal. Many collectors aim to complete date and mint mark sets of Washington quarters. Including a high-grade 1989p quarter in such a set is essential. Whether you're working on a full Washington quarter collection or just focusing on the 1980s era, the 1989p coin is a key piece in the timeline. To summarize, the 1989p quarter dollar from the United States may seem like just spare change, but for those who know what to look for, it can be much more. With the right era, in the right condition, or part of the right collection, this coin can hold value well beyond 25 cents. So next time you come across a quarter, take a second look. You might just have a hidden treasure in your pocket.